Hi YouTube, it's Lena and I'm here today with my Allure box for April. And I will be reviewing my March box as well. That was actually my first box and I was pretty pleased with the stuff that I had and that I kept and everything. So let's go over that real quick. Something that I don't have is, they sent a little mini of the, what is this? Augustinus Batter the Rich Cream. Especially after doing some research on it, I realized that that is something that's going to be too rich for my oily skin. So I swapped it. Somebody else is enjoying it now, I'm sure. And the other thing, it wasn't actually a part of my box, it was part of the sign-up package deal that they had going on, was the Pixie Lip Glow that I decided not to keep. I'm actually going to hold on to that for probably a giveaway in the future. So I have more than enough lip products. I figured I could pass that along. And as for everything else, first I have the Blink Mascara. It is the Ultra Volume Tubing Mascara. Now, I mentioned last time that one of my favorite mascaras is actually a tubing mascara. It is the Thrive Cosmetics mascara in the green tube. I was hoping that this would be very similar to that. It's not quite there. I get more length out of the Thrive Cosmetics one than I do with this one, which is weird because I would figure tubing, usually that's like a huge lengthening thing, but it's just not quite here for this one. I like it, I'll use it up, but I don't think this is something I would seek out again. But I'm happy that I got to try it. It's the fun of subscription boxes. The next thing is actually empty. It shows how much I liked it. It is the NatureLab Tokyo Scalp Scrub. Now, it does have like a really clean scent to it, which it is a clarifying scalp scrub, so I'm not surprised. That was a hair. What I really enjoyed about this was not only was it, you know, clarifying and really nice, it actually lathered in my hair, which I've complained for eons that a problem I have with a lot of scalp scrubs is that I have a lot of hair. It's actually really hard to get stuff down to my scalp unless it's like a pure liquid that I can literally just pour on my head. But because this lathered, I didn't have to use as much of it and I actually got 2 uses out of it, whereas if it didn't lather, I probably would have done good to get one and actually like get the full feel of it. So, especially since that's only like $17 for a full size, like this is kind of an itty bitty mini for, let's see, this is only 1 ounce, and I believe the full size is like 16 ounces or something like that. Like, it's pretty big. That I would actually consider purchasing in the future, especially if, like, say, because Allure does sales on products fairly, well, I say fairly regularly. They always have some kind of sale going on their, like, website that you could get access to from subscribing. Lost my train of thought for a second there. Especially if it popped up for sale on there for like half off, I would snatch it up in a heartbeat. Not that it's expensive as it is, but something about something I know I already like, plus they're putting it on sale, I would go ahead and grab it. I do have a scalp scrub from Garnier currently that I haven't tried yet, but I should really get on to trying. But especially if I'm not super into that one I would actually repurchase, and that's the first scalp scrub that I've liked that much. Next is the Shani Darden Retinol Reform Serum. This box had a lot of brands that I have never heard of before, which I thought was kind of neat. Now, I haven't gotten like a ton of usage out of this. I've mentioned this in other videos. I've been sick recently, and I didn't even do a skincare routine, much less wear makeup, for like over a week. So, but I did use it a few times. I never broke out from it or anything. I suspect when I go to use it up, I will have more of an informed opinion as to whether or not I like it. Retinol does work for me. I don't know what percentage of retinol this is because the writing on here is so tiny I can't read it. I'm getting old. But it hasn't done anything detrimental to my skin while I used it, so good on that. I have kind of the same to say about this. Honestly, it's the Alpha H Liquid Gold with glycolic acid toner. I used it a little bit. Not as consistently as I would have wanted to actually get like a full idea of what I think about it. And this is formulated with silk protein and licorice. Like something about this smell I don't love, and I think it's the licorice. Like just, I don't like licorice. I don't like the scent of licorice and things that have licorice in it. So I will say that, but this is really expensive, so I do want to give it the benefit of the doubt. Because once I do, I'm trying to use up like 2 toners right now, and I'm just not really wanting to devote a lot of time to trying this out at the moment. Once I do use up at least one of them, I probably will go back to this to see really what I think about it. And who knows, I might fall in love with it. I do know that glycolic acid doesn't super affect my face. Like usually with glycolic acids, they say, you know, only use them a couple of times a week and stuff like that. I could use it twice a day, every day, and it won't like burn my skin or anything. So glycolic acid just might not be the exfoliating thing for me personally, as far as getting like, you know, serious results out of it. Like the Pixie Glow Tonic doesn't do anything for me. It's something that I'm fine with using when I like get it in a box or get like a little mini of it as an extra in a sale or something like that, but otherwise I'm not too into it. Oh, anyways. Next is the Ico Shadow Stick, the Double Act Shadow Stick. I got the one in Dawn and Dusk, and I actually liked this both as an eyeliner and as an eyeshadow base. This one in particular is a bit dark, but I was able to make it work. In particular, if you are somebody that likes really easy makeup, and you don't have oily eyelids, so you're not like me and you have to set everything down with a powder, this would be great for you if you want like a little bit of an eyeshadow look, because you can like swipe Dawn all over the lid, put a little bit of dusk in your crease, and kind of blend it out a bit with your finger, and you're good to go. Because I actually, just to see what it looked like, did it one day, and I wish I'd taken a picture of it too, just so I could show you guys it. Looked really nice. It's swipe some mascara on with that and you got a full eye look. So, I know not a ton of people like this. Some of them say that it's not creamy enough, that it feels a little hard on the eyelids. I didn't really get that. Like, I thought it was fine. It's not like the most creamy thing in existence, but it didn't hurt to like put it directly on my eyelids. Although I would say if you get this and you do find that's a problem, rub it on your finger first and apply it that way. So I have done that with eyeshadow sticks that don't feel too awesome on the eyelids in the past, and that just helps it work fine. My other 2 kind of given sign-up bonus products, one I've used and one I haven't, although I will explain why in a second. I have used the Sunday Riley eye cream. It's the 5 stars. Why is this gold writing? I can't read it. Retinol Niacinamide Eye Serum, but eye cream. They're all the same to me. I actually did really like this. Now, would I repurchase? Probably not. It's $65. And I have eye creams that I like plenty from the drugstore, and I don't need like a super intensive eye cream. I have some lines under my eyes. I'm 36, of course I do. But I don't have any like serious crow's feet going on or anything like that, and I'm not dry under my eyes at all. I'm actually fairly oily under my eyes as well, which apparently is really weird. So I can get away with some, I don't want to say basic eye creams, but like not super intensive ones. Actually, the one from Elf, I like a lot. But this is really good. I did really enjoy it while I was using it. I have not used the sunscreen yet. The Light-Hearted Broad Spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen. I will use it eventually. I just haven't really needed to put on sunscreen because I have a vitamin D deficiency. I've mentioned this in other videos before. So while I don't recommend this for anybody else, unless I'm going to be outside in direct sunlight for more than like 15 minutes, not just going between my car and stuff like that, or if I'm driving for several hours, like if I go visit my mother or something, it's like a 2.5 hour journey for me. So I would at least put on sunscreen on like my hands and my face for that, certainly. But if it's just short trips out to the store and back, I don't wear sunscreen. Once I do wear it, I will happily let you guys know what I think about it. Great, so out with the old and with the new. My box is a little roughed up, but that's just from it's sitting on my kitchen counter for like 2 weeks because I've had this for a while. But like I said, I got sick. I kind of wanted to test a couple of more products a little bit more, but then I was like, you know what? I just need to film this and give up. So the kind of like major product that's like the holy item, whatever you want to call it, the major item, I actually did not keep. I mentioned this last month because it was already a spoiler by this time. It was the OSHA Essential Hydrating Oil. I'll insert a quick picture of it here. I don't use facial oils. I actually got rid of the last facial oil that I had because I was like, I don't use them. I don't really need them. And I know oily people can use facial oils and it's fine, but I just don't like how they feel on my face. So I didn't keep it. I actually swapped it for some stuff that I do really like. So, because initially I was like, should I skip this box because of that item? Because you can skip every other month. Like you can't skip 2 months in a row. So I was like, you know what? A lot of people I've seen online are really wanting that item and hoping that they get it. So I think I can get that one and swap for some other stuff that I would like. And I do like the rest of my box, with the kind of exception of one item, but it's not really Allure's fault that I got it. I'll explain that in a moment, but I like the rest of my box and I'm curious to try everything, so I'm glad I didn't skip for April. I might be skipping in May because the only spoiler they've released so far is a hand cream. And I'm just like, I'm gonna hold out, but I might be skipping that month. I need to check and make sure I even can skip at this point because I'm filming this on the 26th. It might be too late. We shall see, but I guess I'll go over real quick the item that I was kind of like, oh, I didn't want that because it's another sunscreen. I'm going to hold on to it for right now. It does have, actually no, I might want to go ahead and get rid of it. I just saw that it has the expiration date on the bottom and it is November of 2022. So I might want to go ahead and pass this on rather than hold on to it. Anyways, it is the Elta MD Skincare UV Shear Broad Spectrum SPF 50. It is transparent zinc oxide, water resistant, UVA, UVB protection facial sunscreen. Now, the full size, there was a slight discrepancy between the little pamphlet that they give you versus what was actually on their website, because I wanted to see if they sold a 1 ounce version before I went and did like math to get the price of this. And here in the booklet it says the full size is worth $30, but on the Elta MD's website it was $32. So I don't know if they raised their prices recently. That's been happening a lot all across the board, not just in, you know, beauty and skincare, or if it's a misprint or what. I don't know. I wanted to mention it because in here they actually tell you where you can buy everything too, and mostly they just mention the brand's websites, although I know Elta MD you can get from, God, the name was just in my head and now it's gone. Derm Store, I think it's called. And let's see, and I'll mention some of the other ones where I know you can also get them. OSHA, I know they sell some of their products at Ulta, but I don't know if they necessarily sell this particular oil. It might be a newer product. I legitimately have no idea. But I think it's neat that they actually tell you where you can get the stuff too, because sometimes I have no idea. A lot of these brands is like, I have no idea anything about them. So yes, please tell me where the hell I can get this stuff from. Next, I think everybody got this. It is the St. Luxe Rose Gold Liquid Glow. It is a liquid highlighter. Now these, for the most part, I tend to just either mix into my foundation or mix into a lotion if it's a color I can't really get away with wearing. I will have to try this as far as mixing it into my foundation, because some of my foundations are a little on the light side, so having a darker thing like this is actually can be quite useful as far as a little bit of color correcting is concerned. Now something with like a doe foot applicator, what I do with these is I will like spread it out all over my face and then apply my foundation on top of it to kind of mix it together. But if it was a color that I just could not figure out a use for, I mix it in a body lotion. Although this looks like something that'll mix in fine with my foundations. Not something that I could wear across my cheeks because that would be like a big stripe of bronze right there. Which is a look. Not one I want to wear, but it's definitely a look. I say this as while having a blue highlighter on my cheeks. So make of that what you will. Next is something that normally I wouldn't purchase for myself. When I buy makeup sponges, I buy them from Shop Miss A, what I like. But I would never turn down trying out a makeup sponge. This is the UVE. It is UVE or UA, I'm not entirely sure. Violet Antimicrobial Blender. So I thought all of these things were fairly antimicrobial at this point, but who knows? I'm not against them saying that it's antimicrobial. That's a good thing. It doesn't feel super hard, so I'm assuming that when it's wet, it'll be fine. It is an egg-shaped blender, so. I kind of prefer the ones that have like the slant to one side, because I think that works a little bit better for putting on foundation, but I can still totally use those. Next is something I believe everybody got. It is the Beauty Crops Melon Jelly Dewy Primer XXL. Now, these dewy primers don't necessarily work with me in foundation, although each one is slightly different, so who knows? This one might work better than, say, the e.l.f. Dewy Primer, because that one was just a little too sticky for me. I'm currently using it up on, like, the no foundation days. It smells nice. Oh, it's much more liquidy and less sticky than the e.l.f. one, which is good. So that already is a thumbs up for me right there. So I would definitely try this out. I love trying out new primers. I don't know why I have a thing for primers, but I do. It does seem to say that it's the dewy, long-lasting primer, so while this is not something this time of year I can normally wear too much, I'm sure I can wear it for a day around the house because it's already getting hot as ass outside, which is why I'm in a sleeveless dress today, although to not have my bra straps peeking through, I wore it today with a tank top. But I'm sure, especially if it does work under foundation, I'm sure that's something I personally with my oily skin can use more in the winter time. Next we have a little bitty mini. It is the Amika Perk Up Dry Shampoo. I love this dry shampoo. I love this brand. I think they smell amazing. So it's nice to have a little travel size of that. And finally, I have the Neogene Dermalogy Real Ferment Micro Essence. I love Korean beauty, so I will say this is little bitty, and I prefer my essences to have a little bit more viscosity. This seems very liquidy. Let me see what the actual opening looks like, because that's usually where I have problems with essences that are super liquidy, is that they tend to spill everywhere. So let's get a look at that. Yeah, see it, like it's just an opening right there. It makes me wonder what the full size packaging looks like though, because sometimes you get the crappier packaging in the minis than you do the full sizes more often than not. Unfortunately, I have no idea what the actual like bottle opening to this would look like. So value-wise, this was pretty on par with last month, so I'm happy about that. Now, I didn't keep the most expensive item, but even taking that out of the equation, I still got almost $100 worth of product, and I'm happy with basically everything else that I got but the SPF. But even if I decide to pass that on, it's still fine. I will survive. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!